So the process and the pattern, okay, is what we're talking about today. The process and the pattern is prospecting, is qualifying people. All I'm doing is interviewing them, talking to them, becoming their friend, developing a relationship, and in the process, they qualify themselves if they want more, what their problems are, what their wishes are, what their dreams are. And then I use an evaluation technique and a no decision close, and the purpose is always leading to the right people. Everybody that they bring and everybody that they bring is getting people to evaluate it to see if they know the right people. And you don't want to bring anybody in that doesn't know the right people, so that's the qualification. Wow. Is this logic registering? So people leading to people first. When can I sign them up? Are they leading to people? Right, Elizabeth? If they're leading to people, okay. If you want to sign them up, sign them up. Okay? So prospecting is developing the possibilities. That means having a conversation. They complain, they wish, you ask them questions about it, you get into it, they like you, you're starting to qualify them. But sponsoring, they have to choose a 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan and be willing to do a trial run, or there's no use bringing them on. What good does it to sign somebody up that can't do it? They don't know how to do it, right? Okay, so my rule is you got to say it 3 times. First time, more questions than answers. Second time, see, I'm setting it up right from the beginning. Do you get this? There's not going to be any problem. I tell them up front. They expect it. They like it because I'm not trying to get them in. There's no pressure. And I take them through the 2 to 3 versus 45. That's the only thing that I really need to know. I spend the whole night on it. We can show the rest of the plan later. But they're not sold on the 2 to 3 over the 45. What are we doing this for? Right? Do you get that? That's the point. This is residual income. So the third time, light bulbs go off and fireworks go off. You start thinking of ways it might work. Then we test it out. We do a trial run. I do it with them. And at the end of 30 to 90 days, if they have people that want to get in and people that want to buy the product, there's no decision to make. It worked. How hard is this to understand? I make it work before they sign up. I tell them you got to be cooperative, coachable, and enthusiastic, and I'll invest a month or 2 of my time in you to see if this will work for you. Because you chose the 2 to 3 year plan. I hope this is making sense. Okay, so in this process of the trial run, are you with me or am I losing you? In this process, I'm finding out if they are right for the business. Mark, when we hire people, it's a grueling process, and you don't take the first person in the door. There's interviews, you look at their resume, they have to take tests. Why do you take the first 2 people in the door? How do you know that they're the best ones? You might go out of business because they stink. Right? In a play on Broadway, 2,000 people auditioned for a part. I mean, and you take the first one that walks in, there's something wrong with it, and it starts to tell you why maybe you haven't succeeded. There's nothing wrong with the business. This has changed the way we do it, and have fun. It's not hard. I think I missed one there. The shopping annuity approach, great way to do it. It's a great story. When they see the plan, it might not be the first thing that happens, but it got them to look because it's appealing. It makes sense, and that's coming along, okay? So make a list of 100, call 2 per week. Use a senior partner to show the plan. If the senior partner won't do it, go further up. If you can't find anybody, please call me. I want to know about it. Did you hear me? I don't understand it. Maybe there's a reason, but I need to figure it out because it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay? Test market the products, lead to customers. I give them products. I find things that, you know, I feel the same way. Okay? I found out that this worked, okay? And so the 3 F's make it easy to get somebody to buy a solution to a problem that they're doing. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. Then I found this magical product that solves that. And they want to try it. Always book a follow-up appointment in their location to see it the second time. Why? It changes everything when it goes into their location, into their home. And it's more probable that they'll be there. Okay? Sometimes I drive up and all the lights are out. I drove an hour. Okay, I'm experienced. What I do is I drive around the block a couple laps and come back and the lights are back on. I knock on the door. Hey, I'm here. Never answer the phone an hour before the meeting. Set up a trial run meeting in their location to get some people to evaluate it. Help them call them so that it works. They're actually giving you people. It's harder for you to go out and find them cold on the street. Test market the products. And by the way, you're the expert from afar. They know that person. They give them a hard time. They don't know you. That's your advantage. I told my original sponsor in the original business that I was in, I'm having a problem. I mean, I talked to 15 people and nobody wanted to sit down and look at it. He said, Jim, that's because they know you. It's kind of an insult, right? They know you, and they take you for granted. Familiarity breeds contempt. Besides that, you're not very successful yet. So go to people that you don't know, because there's more people that you don't know than you do know. And because they don't know you, they'll listen better than the people that you do know. Well, that worked. Okay, repeat the process again with the person that they got to evaluate it. We just do the same thing over and the same thing over. Make it work under them, getting people doing trial runs. Now this becomes later, it turns into the ABC pattern. Once they qualified, they evaluated it, you've tried some product, they got some people in, now that becomes an A level. But you just can't assign ABC. You need a process that creates it. And this is what creates it. Okay, so test market the products, lead to customers, and here's the no decision close. You can print this out. Do we have the, I don't know where it is. We have a link to get it. There it is. See that? Take a picture of it if you want it. So it scripts out. Andy Dokas actually did this for me. It scripts out exactly what I say. Now, the funny thing is, I'll do 8 meetings for a person. I say exactly the same thing every time at the end. And finally, they say, you say the same thing every time. I say, you finally got it. You finally got it. Why? Imprinting, duplication. So don't worry about understanding all this tonight. My goodness, you understood the whole thing. You're the smartest person in the world. I didn't understand the whole thing the first night. In fact, I invented it, and I didn't figure it out in one night. But don't worry about that. The most important thing is that you chose a 2 to 3 year plan over the 45-year plan, and it's about residual income. Okay, now there's a lot of concepts here, a lot of numbers, a lot of diagrams. It can be mind-boggling. I know you have a lot of questions. That's why I'll get back together with you, because you chose a 2 to 3 year plan to go over that stuff for you. And we can talk about some people that you may know that may know the right people. Not that they would get in, but they may know the right people. And I'll do it with you. And if they lead to the right people, okay, we're on our way. We can do a trial run, a test market then, for 30 to 90 days. If you're enthusiastic, cooperative, and coachable, I'm willing to invest that time in you. And at the end of that period, if we have people clamoring to want to do it, people that want to buy the product, it already worked. There's nothing to decide. They're making money. What's so hard about that? Andrew, is that what I do? Where did he go? Over and over and over and over again, right, Elizabeth? I mean, guys, come on. So here's the solution. If you do that, we're going to have the only type of real learning that there is in life, experiential. You can't learn how to ride a bicycle reading a book. You can't learn how to play the piano watching a video. You can't learn how to ski watching videos. You got to do it. Does everybody understand it? It's feel. It's feel. So we're doing it with you, and you get to feel it, because we won't let you fall. We won't let you trip. So this person has people that could be my directors. They're not very good at it yet. I don't want them to mess it up. They're giving me the opportunity to talk to people that they think may want to do it, that would be good, or that know the people. What more can you ask for? What a gold mine. What a blessing. Am I wrong? Okay, so Elizabeth, she was the first one to catch on to it. She grew so fast because she had good people, and she would not let those good people be blown out by the smart people that they knew, right? And she would do the call with them. She was an expert from afar, and she had the golden tongue. And she made sure that they didn't get blown out. She got them to the meeting, so it started to work. So don't allow prospects or people your person knows to blow your person out. A more experienced person with confidence is better to do it. And look, that doesn't mean that they can't do some of it on their own. But you want to help them whenever you can, because if you get a couple people going, it changes everything, doesn't it? And then call workshops, which Jim Winkler developed, and Elizabeth does them, and a lot of people do them. Hey, they're a gold mine. They're easy to do. So if there's a problem and somebody doesn't have the confidence, or for some reason they're not doing it, let's overcome that. You can do it. You know what a call workshop proves? Two things. Two things. Number one, you weren't doing it. You weren't doing it because you had a mess of names, and we called them and we got 4 appointments. Doesn't that prove that? And you know what else it proves? You can do it. We did it and it worked. Changes everything. Come on, guys. You know? So, if they chose a 2 to 3 year plan, at the beginning, they qualify to see it 2 more times. That's my method. It's like getting into Harvard. You want to be sponsored by me? You realize what happens when somebody's sponsored by me? They are destined to make 6 figures. I have this down to a science. If they'll simply cooperate, be coachable, be enthusiastic, and learn the system, they are with the best in the business. And I will make this work through you. Do you believe that? Why can't you talk like that? I'm tied into the best team. So, I am going to, I have a barometer. I measure their comfort level, their confidence level, their interest level. Do you know how to do that? You can read their body language, right? You with me? So, I have to adjust to their level because I have one and only one goal. Lead me to your people. I invested that hour or whatever. I want to get something out of it. All I want to do, and it becomes an automatic mechanism. I just habitually, I'm programmed to do it. Whatever I got to do, the shortest route to getting to their people. Is this making sense to you? That is like getting them in. I don't want to get them in. I want to get to their people. They don't want to get in anyway. Wow. Anything registering? Okay, so sometimes they're only at a point and they're very busy or they're going away where they can give some referrals. But if I can get them on the phone with me or use their name or have them call and tell them I'm going to call, I'm halfway there. That's great. It's better than nothing, okay? Sometimes I just need to provide them more information because they have preconceived notions or they're not sure or they're an analyzer type. So I want you to go over this, take a look at it. I'm going to call you back tomorrow night and we'll discuss it and I'll come see you and, show you how this works. Because I want you to be convinced. So the person that needs that, I'm going to give it to them. There's certain types of people that need that, right? And guess what? When I do it, the appreciation level and the bonding starts to happen. Because I spent the time to make sure that they got what they needed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? So sometimes we're in an area and they know this entrepreneur down the street, or they know people in the neighborhood. It happens a lot of times in urban areas. Hey, let's just go see them. I mean, I'm here. I got to go. You know, I got another half hour. Let's go see them and introduce me, and I'll tell them about what we're doing and set up an appointment. Do it all the time. The walk-in. Every other business does it. You do it in everything else, but you can't do it here. Oh my God. You know? A meeting around the kitchen table. Hey, just get the family, and we don't want them in, but we'll just practice on them. They might know the right person. And a couple of friends, neighbors or whatever. Tell them to come over. You got this crazy guy that has his way to make millions. You know? Don't get so formal. You're always goofing around and joking around and cool, and all of a sudden you get in the business, you get lockjaw. Right? You were always funny. Go back to being that way. Does this make sense to you? You know? I mean, Dennis is great at it. He's so funny all the time. People don't even know what the heck he's talking about, but they want to sit down with him. You know? He tells stories that have nothing to do with the business, about being an Eagle and, you know, football and this and that. And you know, sometimes I listen to it. I say, was he ever going to get to the point? The point is, though, he gets the appointment. They're going to have coffee or they're going to have a beer. He's really slick. And then the next one's a home kickoff or a trial run at their house where I help them invite some people. They might want to even step up and make it their grand opening. But remember, we're prospecting, not recruiting. And we're sponsoring, okay, is a process, not an event. Of prospecting, identifying a possibility, qualifying them, showing the plan. If they like the 2 to 3 year plan, that's what it's all about. Residual income. I'm doing them a favor to tell them about it. Okay? Then we can talk about if they can get some people to evaluate it, to see if they know the right people. Not to get them in. You got that little trick there, right? With the person that you have that's evaluating it, I'm not getting them to evaluate it to get in, but to get some people to evaluate it to see if they know the right people. And it works. So are you ready to start over? Who's going to make their list of 100?